Hello summoners and welcome back to another ProGuides video. My name is Kellen and today I'll be going over some of the upcoming changes that have been announced by Riot Games on their official developer boards. Everything that's mentioned here can be found on the official League of Legends website, but please do keep in mind that nothing is set in stone and changes can be made for the future. I know a lot of you guys are excited about the new champion and visual gameplay updates coming out soon, so let's get right to it. Alright, first things first, let's welcome a new champion to the Rift, Yuumi, the magical cat. Leaving behind a life of cuddling and snacks, Yuumi and her best friend Book go on a quest to find their master. Yuumi is a support champion who can dish out a ton of heals and shields while being extremely mobile and annoying at the same time. Let's go over her abilities. Yuumi's passive is Bop and Block. Every so often, Yuumi's next attack against an opponent will restore mana and grant her a shield. However, if Yuumi is attached, the shield then protects her ally and Yuumi will protect her ally until it's broken. Yuumi's Q is Prowling Projectile. Yuumi fires a missile that deals magic damage to the first enemy hit, and if the missile is in flight long enough, it deals bonus damage and slows enemies. While she is attached, Yuumi fires a missile from her ally's position and can direct the missile's flight path with her mouse. Yuumi's W is You and Me, and this is the ability we were talking about when it comes to her being attached. The passive for this ability allows Yuumi and her ally to get a percent of each other's AD and AP converted into adaptive force, but only while they're attached. The active for her W allows Yuumi to dash to an ally champion and attach to them. While attached, she follows her partner's movement speed and is unable to be targeted by everything except tower damage. Yuumi's abilities fire from her ally's location and she can't attack enemies. She can unattach after a cooldown or attach to another teammate with no cooldown. On top of that, she'll start a point in W automatically at the beginning of the game. Yuumi's E is Zoomies. This is a straightforward ability which allows her to heal and gain a burst of movement speed. If she's attached, then her ally will be targeted instead. This spell can have up to 2 charges. Finally, Yuumi's ultimate is Final Chapter. Yuumi opens up her book, launching waves of magic damage that root enemies after multiple hits. While using her ult, Yuumi can move, attach to ally champions, and heal. I'm not sure about you guys, but I can't wait for Yuumi to hit the Rift. It feels so refreshing to have a new enchanter support style champion with such a mobile and unique kit. I feel like she's going to be lots of fun and I can't wait to see what the pro players do with her. But the best part about her by far is just how cute she is. I mean, look at that face. Can you imagine having to kill her in lane? Anyway, let's talk about how to play Yuumi. Since Yuumi is a mobile playmaking support, it means that she's not going to be very easy to play. She's going to be dashing across lanes, attaching from ally to ally. It'll probably be a similar playstyle to Rakan mixed in with a bit of Zoe and a bit of Lulu. She's definitely going to be ally reliant because much like Tahm Kench and Rakan, she's going to be quite useless as a support unless they have a teammate nearby. Although her playmaking will be difficult, I think she'll be decent for beginners because you can technically just follow your ally around all game and avoid those risky plays. She provides a ton of utility and peel, and you always have to remember that she's extremely squishy and this is a juicy target for all those assassins out there. Overall, she looks like a lot of fun, and she'll be available on April 30th on the PBE. Next up, let's talk about some reworks that are happening in the not so distant future. If you've been playing for a while, you may have noticed that there were a lot more champion reworks in 2018 compared to the amount of new champions that were released. Much like the previous year, there are going to be a ton of reworks this season as well. Starting from our beloved and extremely buggy friend, let's talk about Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser is confirmed to be the next champion to receive a rework this year, and quite honestly, he's in need of one ASAP. He's one of the buggiest, if not the buggiest champions in the game, and it's pretty frustrating to play with and against. On top of all of that, he doesn't have a very good stance in the meta right now, which makes him even less enjoyable to play. However, Mordekaiser mains, you can rejoice soon because Riot Games has said that he will receive one of the biggest visual gameplay updates to date. They've updated or replaced every ability in his kit while focused on keeping his gameplay in line with his unique strengths as an AP juggernaut. There was a slight hint at what his new ultimate is, and I quote, "One of the biggest abilities you can expect to change is Mordekaiser's ultimate. We wanted to replace it with something that would make his enemies truly fear and respect Mord, with nowhere to run or hide from his indomitable malice." Sounds like his ultimate will be very similar to Camille's Hextech Ultimatum or Jarvan's Cataclysm. I don't really play Mordekaiser, but I'm super excited to see this VGU that's coming very soon. Alright, on to Rakan. If you watched our previous video on upcoming changes for patch 9.9, you may have noticed that Rakan is receiving a small rework on his ultimate, which will be pretty much a gut to him. Although he hasn't seen a lot of solo queue play, he's still far too good for competitive matches where pro players can engage with little to no counterplay. So how exactly do you balance a champion that's so good in competitive play yet so weak in solo queue? Well, the Balance team have decided to add a layer of counterplay to his ultimate, which now has a half a second cast time where you are unable to cast your W or E during the duration. He's also getting buffs back to his base stats, which were nerfed before, W dash speed, and ultimate movement speed. These are good changes for Rakan's early laning phase and will likely bring him back a little bit into the solo queue meta, but we probably will see him drop down in competitive play quite a bit. Let's talk about the next rework that Riot has planned after Mordekaiser. The Baker Pantheon is in line for his visual gameplay update, and it has been long overdue for one. Pantheon is one of the oldest champions in the game, and his visual effects and character model has not held up very well in the test of time. Not only is he planned to get a visual update, but his kit will also be receiving some changes to make him feel more satisfying. However, keep in mind that unlike Mordekaiser, some of his abilities will remain the same as the current version of Pantheon. The design team have decided to try to modernize his kit rather than completely reimagine it. This means they're trying to keep Pantheon's aggressive playstyle while also adding a deeper set of options and decisions for him to play around. As an avid Pantheon player myself, I am very excited for this rework, and I can't wait to see what Riot has done with his kit. Next up, we have even more teasers for even more new champions. The new champion after Yuumi is confirmed to be an AD assassin, so if you enjoy champions like Talon, Zed, or Rengar, then you should be really excited for this one. AD assassins are very rare in League of Legends due to how fun it is to play against them. There is a photo that hints what the new champion will look like, and it seems that she is some sort of adventurer or explorer. In addition to all these big announcements, there is another champion confirmed for later on this year, which will be a brand new marksman. But there's a twist. This will be a non-traditional marksman such as Mordekaiser, Yasuo, or Kayle. Anyway, that is it for our video on the upcoming reworks and changes planned for this year. Let us know which change you are most excited for down below, and if you enjoyed watching this video, then please leave us a like, comment, and subscribe to our channel to be notified of the next one. Also, make sure to check out ProGuides.com using the link below if you want to see huge improvements to your rank for free. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the Rift.